Hey, what's up, guys? So last time I saw you, we had just gotten the head in the car and we were working on diag for getting it running. So my first guess here is that the fuel pump stopped working just because it's been sitting for 7 or 8 years. So I have this SC here and I'm going to remove the fuel pump out of it and swap it over to the Cressida, and it should work because Toyota used a lot of the same parts for, fuel management in the 90s, so we shall see what happens. However, this screwdriver is not going to work, so I got to get a 7mm socket. Alright, so I got the fuel pump out of the SC300. So now I got to go into the back of the Cressida and cut open a access hatch to get to the fuel pump assembly, because I'm not dropping the tank. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I'll go over there and I'm gonna set up the time lapse and I'm gonna start figuring this out. So I guess I didn't record it, but I drilled all the way around this spot right here, and then I got it out with the angle grinder. So here's the access to the fuel pump, so I should just be able to pop all these bolts out. I think I do gotta slice one of these hard lines and then reconnect it with a rubber hose, just because the lines run through and I won't be able to get the pump out if I don't take those off. So I'm gonna go get the air compressor and I'm gonna blow some air through here and get out all this debris, and then after I do that, I'm gonna take out the assembly. So that is really dirty. Hey, but the hatch worked perfect. So I'm gonna pull this apart. I'm gonna try to jump it and see if the fuel pump works, at least to see if the problems are laying somewhere else. But I really don't think the problem is anywhere else. That thing looks shot. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this apart and get the new one on there and see if we can get fuel. All right, so I think I got a temporary solution mocked up. So I had to cut the hard lines out, but I just took some of my PTFE AN lines and I joined those back together. This is just a vent, so I'll do that in a few minutes, but I'm gonna try to crank this thing up and see what happens, because I've done a lot of work on this thing, and now that I've got fuel, well, I really want to see it start. So let's give it a shot. So I'm out here working on the Cressida, and look who just comes right through the back door. Look at this Bubba. Look at this guy. Hey, Bubba. That's my baby. He wants to go pee on that tree over there. I don't know what's going on lately, but apparently I'm now the neighborhood mechanic. Some random dude just ran up to me and was like, bro, my car won't start. So I go and I look at it, and it looked like the shifter cable came unattached from the shifter. So the car thought it was in reverse. Well, it was in reverse because the transmission was. And then, so the car was in reverse because, yeah. So the car was in reverse because the cable wouldn't pull it back into park, so the car wouldn't start because neutral safety. So thankfully it's an Avenger, so the transmission's sideways, so I was able to just pull the linkage back into park, and then the car started. And then I went to leave and they're like, bro, it won't drive. So I had to go and click it into drive and show them how to do it so they don't like hurt themselves, you know, because like if somebody's not holding the brake pedal down, you know, it could be pretty dangerous. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting. Back to what I was doing. I'm bleeding the coolant on the Cressida and working on the idle speed so it can stay running without foot on the throttle. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, it died. Alright, so the Cressida's alive. Still got a little bit of a idle issue to work out. I'm probably going to spray in here with some throttle cleaner. A lot of people say that the eye starts to mess up, and that might be the cause of it. So we'll try that, of course. I do got to get gas in the car though, but I do want to drive it around a little bit. But I'm afraid to drive it around because it's really low on gas. So I'm gonna go get some gas for it, and I'm gonna drive it around. So yeah, I'll be right back. Well, that's very exciting. That thing's smooth too. Really, really smooth. Finally, all the smoke that was coming out, it's still coming out a little bit, but it doesn't smoke on idle. It only smokes at high RPMs. So it's just like cleaning itself out. But yeah, it runs, man. That's really exciting. Gonna get some gas for it. All right, she's got gas. She did fantastic. She's really bouncy though. Definitely got to figure out the spring situation. But yeah, let's get to it. Well, that was aggressive. She's really bouncy. Hell yeah. I smell gas. All right, so this thing runs. It runs well. Still ironing out the little things. It likes to like surge the RPMs a little bit, so sometimes when I'm driving it, the RPMs will like drop down and the check engine light will flash, and then it'll like spike back up. Alright, so like I was saying, the car ran pretty nice. It does have a little bit of an idle issue that I'm trying to work out. I might just have to jump a couple pins together in this diagnostic port right here so the car can relearn the timing sequence, because I'm pretty sure the ECU in this car stores fuel trims and things like that. If you have vacuum leaks or anything that the car would compensate for, or your O2's off or anything like that, the ECU is going to compensate for it, and then after X amount of miles it's going to run the car like that until you make the system relearn itself. So I have to do a little bit more research. I'm pretty sure it's the E pins, so pin E to pin, I'm not even gonna sit there and try to tell you, because I don't know. I know one of them, but not the other one. You pin those together and then you run the car, and the car relearns the timing and everything that's going on with it. I know I have a vacuum leak right here because it whistles, but other than that, it runs again. The oil is really clean. I've ran it several times since changing the head gasket. It's not getting too nasty. There is gonna be some residual stuff left over from, you know, the gasket blowing before, but for the most part it looks pretty good. So yeah, gonna do a oil flush soon here after I make sure everything's running good and get it running solid. But yeah, other than that, she's doing pretty well so far. Just gonna keep on working out the little things. I did take out the entire exhaust system and weld in my own test pipe, so there's that right there. So no more cat, got the cat delete going on, but I do have a leak at the top where it connects to the header, so I have to replace those gaskets, and once those gaskets are replaced, the car should sound pretty good. But yeah, guess I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek at how the exhaust sounds, but it's leaking bad, so like don't say anything, because like I'm completely aware. So yeah, just a really bad exhaust leak. It's coming right out of the downpipe to header flange, because the gaskets were already blown out, and then when I disconnected it, they like fell apart. So yeah, it's leaking really bad. It's not even making it down the exhaust and out the back. So yeah, that's one thing I gotta iron out. I also have the e-brake setup that I'm working on for the G35. So I'm gonna be showing you guys that in the next video. So if you guys are here for the G35 content, just know that that's probably gonna be what the next video is, because I got my Chase Bays lines and I got my hydro, and I made my own reverse hydro mount, and I really wanna show you guys that. So yeah, make sure if you like the content, you hit the like button. Make sure you drop a comment down below if you got anything to say. And yeah, making progress. We'll see you guys in the next one.